glasses. Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation, in particular the censors who monitor the community guidelines. I want to make abundantly clear that we are absolutely in compliance at the New Health Conversation with your rules. Last week we had 2 or 3 times where you came in and interrupted or stopped our live. And there were 3 huge misunderstandings we need to clear up. Number one, there are no substances. You said people on this podcast, there are substances that may be harmful to you. Everything that we talk about on our podcast is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. We're only referring and showing people real food. There are no substances. It is not a diet. You also said that this was an extreme diet or body disfigurement or body dysphoria, I think you called it. No, we're showing them the medical proof of what's happening to all of us because we're living in such a toxic world that we're storing chemicals inside our fat cells. So that the bloating that people talk about, not just body dysphoria, but the actual evidence that the body is storing these chemicals inside the fat cells, and this protocol that they have medically proven, it's medically proven and published in the biggest medical journals in the world, is helping the body remove these chemicals from the fat cells, and people are shrinking. That has nothing to do with body image, body dysphoria. It's a medical fact that we need to get healthy. If we're going to get healthy, we have to be pulling these poisons out of our body. Number 3, you said that we were referring people away from TikTok to go buy products. We have no products to buy. We've never had any products to buy. We don't have anything to sell. The only thing that we're sharing with people, they're actually getting a grocery list, groceries they have to eat for a month, and that's it. And then we coach them for free. We offer a free medical website where they can go and see all the medical proof. We don't even contact people if they go there, and we coach them for free. So I hope that prevents any other more misunderstandings about interrupting our lives. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, Intuitive Betsy. Hello, Loving Mom. Hello, all of you that are joining us right away here. Also, If you like what you're about to hear on here, then I encourage you to tap on your phone so we can get more likes going right away. So let's talk about it immediately. You can read the headline. She safely dropped 21 pounds and 38 inches in just 30 days. No dieting, no starving. So that's pretty cool right there, I would say. Would you all agree? And the main thing that I think that's so important to all of you is the fact that you can do things with this that you can't do with any other diet on the planet. There is no other program that allows you to have this kind of result. So she safely dropped 21 pounds and 38 inches in 30 days. No dieting, no starving, a natural detox based on real food, not products. There's no products to buy. And she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle with no exercise. She's kept it off for 9 years. And it's backed and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. If any of you on here, Suresh or Aku or Sharon or Brenda or Anabuz, Hilwa, Bus, Marie, if any of you can show me one shred of medical evidence from anybody, that'll be the first time we've ever seen that. This is going to change the world. Now you could be mad, you could be passing by, you don't like me, it doesn't matter. The science is the science. This is having people lose weight safely in 4 days that would take you 6 weeks on any diet you've ever been on. And it is 100% based on detoxification. It's not a diet. It's not short-lived. It's not a quick fix. It's a lifestyle that we all need to be adapting because, and hopefully you all agree with this, we're living in an unbelievably toxic world, and all of us are toxic, whether you believe it or not. We're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals. And some of those chemicals are actually poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And as you're inbounding them in your body, your brain, to protect you, is taking the poison and stuffing it inside your fat cells, specific fat called your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is the fat around your organs. And those, like a balloon putting air in it, they expand. And don't let anybody ever tell you that you can burn fat on a diet or exercise. It's just completely false. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and your fat cells can expand or contract. And sadly, what's happening to on every diet, and we have the medical proof to back it up, 25 to 40% of what you're actually burning is your lean muscle, nothing to do with fat. And the muscle is the structure that holds everything up. So when you lose the structure, then that's why you end up with all the bloating, or if you have lost a lot of weight, that's why you end up with all the loose skin. Because if 25 to 40% of what you're losing is lean muscle, you're losing no fat. The fat's still there, and then the fat has nothing to hold it up. Does that make sense to everybody? This is full-blown detox, proven and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Now, what I'd like to do in the beginning, if you want to do this, if anybody will volunteer, if you'll tell me, are you a man or woman, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how dramatically you can lose weight and keep it off. It'll blow your mind. I'm going to repeat again. Most men and women on this will lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. And the key is maintaining it. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. Now, what I don't understand, so many people are coming to this podcast, tons of them, and yet so few people are going to the website. The website, you can see it right above our heads, up in the lower left, there's a little heart, a red heart, and to the right, the New Health Conversation. That's the free medical website to go to. And for the censors, if they go there, there are no products to buy. There's no lotions, potions, pills, substances, nothing but medical proof. And if you like the medical proof, you can scroll down. You get a free consultation and free coaching the whole time. How much is the coaching, everybody? $0. How much is the consultation? $0. We all got coached, and thank goodness we have people that are volunteering that went on this, had incredible results, and said, listen, I'd like to help somebody else the way that I was helped. The coaching is 100% free. So hello, Marlo, hello, Soda Pop, that's Canada, Image, Blue Eyes, lots of you, Slavey, Miss Lou, Nomad, Joyce, Beatrice, Commodore, Dolly, Lucky Joined. And again, it's for your own benefit. And you'll help other people. If you can come on, if you're willing to, and all I'm saying is I'll give you a conservative estimate on how fast you can lose weight. Listen, we've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. Did you hear what I just said? We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. You're not an experiment. We know what we're doing. It's totally safe. And unless you don't believe we're living in a toxic world, and unless you don't believe you're toxic, Because if you don't, then you're on the wrong podcast. I couldn't be more serious. This is not a diet. It's not a bunch of nonsense. It's not somebody yakking on social media without one shred of medical evidence. Again, I'll challenge any of you. Show me anybody, MD, PhD, whatever they are, with one shred of medical evidence about what they're telling you to do to get healthy by losing weight, whether it's keto or paleo or Mediterranean or carnivore or time-restricted eating or count your macros. I don't care what it is. They're all miserable, miserable failures in the long run. It's not my opinion. We have the medical proof. We've given people like Harvard Medical School stop counting calories. They said the idea of a calorie in, calorie out, when it comes to weight loss, is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford obesity specialist. Harvard Medical School dropped the calories notion. Stanford said it's time to concentrate on its inner food, not how much food we're consuming. See, that's where the miscommunication comes for all of us. We think somehow it has to do something with the amount of food on our plate. Absolutely not. Or worse, counting calories. This makes me crazy, and I'm already crazy. Can anybody give me the actual medical definition of a calorie? Because you're counting calories. Why? Guess who can't count calories? Your body. Your body has no idea what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie. You've never been hungry in your life for a calorie. Never, ever, ever. The only thing you can ever be hungry for in your body is what? Nutrition. That's what these researchers proved. And they found it out by going and looking at the research on these people in these blue zones. For many of you know, these blue zones are places where people live to be 100 years old. No one gets sick and hardly anybody's overweight. And they do three things that we're not doing in the Western world until now, until these researchers. What do they do? They have much smaller portions of food with huge amounts of nutrition, and they detox every 2 to 3 months. That's what this is based on. It's sustainable. The key is it's sustainable. It's not like, oh, you lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks, and then you can't keep it off for the rest of your life. That's just not true. And the main reason to do this is not to lose weight. Censors, again, it's not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. So don't conflate this into some kind of diet, because it's not. It's all about detox. It's all about we're storing these poisons inside our fat cells, and now we have proof of a way to get them out of us. Does anybody think it's a good idea for you to be storing poisons inside your body? Hi, ass of TikTok. I see that. Very unusual. Oh, you're on a couple different times. Linda, hello. Jessica, hello. I already said hi to Blue Eyes. Mira in Canada, hello. Gonzalez, Sassy Me. So again, I'm not quite sure what your reluctance is. What I'm saying, to help you out, if you'll tell me, if you're man or woman, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. There's a free website. You go and see the medical proof. Everything I'm telling you is back. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. And we can see it right up there at the top, the New Health Conversation, or I'll put it down here in the chat at the very bottom, the New Health Conversation. Or who would like to ask me a question about this? How in the world did she drop 21 pounds and 38 inches in 30 days? No dieting, no starving, natural detox with just food and a revolutionary new way of eating that you're going to learn. That's it. It's food, but it sounds too simple. But the researchers that did it are rated the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world, who've done 100 studies in 40 years, paid to analyze diets. Guess what they found? They never found a diet that ever worked long term, ever, in 40 years. Do you know right now all the projections are that 2/3 of you will end up weighing more than you do right now on any diet you're on? You're gonna end up losing more weight than you lose. If you lose 20, you're gonna gain 25 or 30 back. This isn't my opinion, everybody. This is what's going on. Why are you reluctant to learn this breakthrough in medicine? This is a medical breakthrough. They did the most extensive medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss, ever. Again, for the censors. It's all proven to be safe, and it's validated in the biggest, like I said, in the biggest medical journals in the world for health, nutrition, and weight loss. Why wouldn't you be running there? What are you going to do? You're counting calories, doing keto, paleo, Mediterranean, time. You're struggling to lose a pound a week. She lost 5 pounds a week with no exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. So again, I'm asking anybody that would like to know, if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, and what you'd like to weigh. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to know what's really possible. Can you imagine? Well, you can't imagine because I haven't told you yet. But where you could weigh by, say, Thanksgiving in the United States anyway, or by Christmas around the world, you have a different life ahead of you. But what you're using to get there is the wrong approach, the wrong vehicle. Counting calories is dead. It's over. It's finished. We've got 2.5 billion people worldwide counting calories overweight, and 1 billion of those are clinically obese. Does that sound to you like calories in, calories out, keto, paleo, Mediterranean works? They don't work long term. My God, from 1995 to 2025, we've doubled the rates of obesity in the United States. What's going on? And yet you don't want to know. This is pre-recommended. I'm not sure what that even means. Pre-recommended. I'm sorry, I'm confused. So Elvo, Sherry, Amina, Sheila, Brenda, Mia, Brenda again. This is pre-recommended. I'm not quite sure what, but again, do any of you want to know how she did this or not? Or you just looky-loose? It's okay. Not mad. It's your life. But I guess I'm having a hard time understanding. Do you all believe that diets work? No, it's not pre-recorded at all, Mia. No, it's not. It's live. It's absolutely live. Yes, and I'm not AI, and I'll tell you why should you even listen to me? Because I'm a 23-year nutritional researcher, wrote 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world, 20 shows on public PBS. I was interviewed on the 4 biggest daytime shows in America, and I've spoken live 1,500 times in front of over 500,000 people from the United States, Canada, Mexico. They flew me to China even. I also was a keynote speaker at Autism One in Chicago 2 years in a row, one of the biggest autism conferences in the world. I'm not just some guy up here talking. And what's so fascinating, what's so exciting about this is the only protocol. I define any of you. Show me anybody on social media with one shred of medical evidence behind what you're doing, what they're telling you to do. Why are you doing it? Because that's your only outlet. It's the only thing we know. Calories in, calories out, it's all nonsense. None of it's working. This is the breakthrough that everybody wants to know about. I mean, men and women, you can lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of dieting. You're not interested? You're not curious? Really? Really? I'm happy to share. I'm here. This is live. And if you'll tell me if you're male or female and how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. But you're not on a diet, everyone. You would be detoxing. If you believe you're toxic, which you are, and you're breathing, you're drinking, you're eating essentially poisons like herbicides and pesticides and Scotch-Guard and Teflon and flame retardants, you're storing them inside your fat cells. Do you understand that? And this is proven to help your body remove those poisons from your fat cells. That's why she shrank. It's not body image, or it has not. Your body is telling you by the bloating you're feeling, it's storing poisons inside of you. I'm not making this up. It's real. That's what's going on. And no diet. You're doing nothing about this on a diet. So Yellen or Can or D.A. Jose or Miller or Tammy, some more. Fudgy, I know that's Canada. KP, hello Canada. And we have one like, really? All you do is tap your phone and hearts come up. If you like the content, if you don't like the content, I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is that whatever diet, hi, Roxy said. Roxy A650, hello. Now we're getting a few hearts. Thank you. Tap on your screen. Let's share this. But who, Peppy or Roxy or any of you, if you'll tell me, male or female, your height, your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose it. It's going to blow your mind. I don't understand why you're so reluctant. It's not costing you anything to get an estimate that's based on real numbers. It's not just her, everybody. This next picture, I'm going to warn you, it's the daughter of a friend of mine. So before you come on and say, oh, it's a different woman, it's not. It's the daughter. Wait till you see these. Okay, here we go. Hair care, Phyllis. All right, hair care, 5'4", 170. All right, at 5'4", we'd want you to be no more than about 130. That's 40 pounds. Roxy, I'm going to explain it to you in a moment. So 5'4", 170. We'd want you to be 130. That's 40 pounds. Get ready, hair care. You're going to lose about 5 or 6 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, easily you'll be 150. Christmas, you're going to be about 135. So you'll be easily down to your weight by, let's say, the first or second week in January. Tell me how excited hair care Phyllis you'd be about that. You realize that? I'm saying you're going to be 130 by like the first week. R2M stands for race to maintenance, Roxy, sorry. This is based on the whole idea is to get the weight off you as quickly and safely as possible, then teach you how to do there. But the process is called protein pacing. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. You can actually look it up. And again, Roxy, here comes KP. KP, you're 5 feet 5, 270. Okay, 5'5". Again, we'd want you to be about around 130. That's 140 pounds. Get ready, KP. You're going to probably lose 8 to 10 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, I would see you at about 145 by Christmas. There's no reason you wouldn't be 225 or below. Let's go with 225. 225 down to 130 is 95 pounds. January, February. Okay, by March, easily, KP, you should be 130. Did you hear what I said? But tell me, how excited would you be about that? Do you understand it could change your whole life? Do you get that? I mean, otherwise, what diet are you going to go on? And how long would it take you? Just any of you, Roxy, any of you, just to lose 20 pounds, any of you, 20. How long would you give yourselves on any diet, any trainer, any gym? Pick whatever you want. It's like silly. Protein before workouts, I read in that protocol. Roxy, don't try to figure it out. Do yourself a favor. We offer you a free website and free coaching, and they'll explain the whole thing to you. It's like nothing you've ever done before. It's a detox. It's the new health conversation. And that's the website, Roxy, where you can go look at the medical proof. There's an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. He's worked with Green Berets and Navy SEALs and Olympians and CrossFit people. And yet no one here was allowed to exercise because they didn't want exercise to be an outlier. Otherwise, you'd all be saying, oh, well, they lost weight. The coaching's free, KP. Yes, the only thing you're buying is food. And the food was selected by the top weight loss experts, nutrition physiologists in the entire world. So, yeah, KP, would you be excited about that? I'm going to explain to all about how it works in just a moment, but are there any other people? If you tell me if you're male or female, your height, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight, just like I've done for KP and the other people that have chimed in already. So again, the coaching is 100% free. The consultation is free. The only thing you're buying on this is food. 30% from your grocery store, I'll go into that in a moment, and 70% from these exotic foods from around the world, literally from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition, really small amounts of food, and nothing you could ever buy at your grocery store. And then they put together a new way of consuming the food. So I'm going to go over that right now. So first of all, let's talk about Hair or Roxy or KP. Who invented this? Not me. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. They've spent 40 years. They did 100 studies, thousands of people. They were paid to analyze diets. They never in 40 years ever found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. And 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost. And sadly, 25 to 40% of what people lost on any diet they analyzed, that would also be all of you, is lean muscle mass, period. And they never found a diet that was a detox, ever, never ever happened. So what they did, you go right here, KP, here you go to this website, for any of you that want to see, go to the website, health conversation. If you go to the website also, KP, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. We give you the freedom to see the medical proof. So let me finish on what you would do if you decide to do it, all of you. So first of all, it absolutely is proven to be a detox, and we'll show you the medical evidence for that in just a couple minutes. But the basics are this. The researchers had researched these people in blue zones that are living to be 100 years old, no one's overweight, no one gets sick. And they're doing 3 things that we're not doing in the Western world. The first thing is much smaller serving sizes of food at each meal. But those foods they're eating have huge amounts of nutrition. And number 3, they detox every 2 to 3 months. So what the researchers did, they put together a grocery list that you would get. You'd actually take it to your grocery store. Proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. But instead of calorie amounts, you'd actually get serving sizes. So if it's protein, how many ounces? If it's if it's vegetables, is it a third or half a cup? Okay, you get all that. The coaches give you that for free. Our coaches, you're buying 30. So take whatever you spent last month on food. 30% of those dollars you're going to spend at your grocery store. But that's all. The other 70% of the money you have left, goes to these other researchers who'd gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food, which is the key to detoxification. You got it, everybody? Then what they did, they now had the foods, right? Then they put together a new eating pattern, they call it. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. You all can look it up, called protein pacing. And what they did each week until she got to her, that's what R2M means, race to maintenance, until she got to her maintenance. Each week she had 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. You'd start with these exotic foods around the world. That's breakfast, no food from the grocery store. Lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, and believe it or not, a fourth meal after dinner. The research called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. You got it? 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store at all. Only these exotic foods around the world, but this time she ate 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. The diabetics in this, no one had insulin spikes. People that weighed 400 pounds were not hungry. If I could teach you anything, you've never in your life ever been hungry for a calorie. So when you think I need more calories, no, you need more nutrition. It's just that simple. And so what they were able to do by having her eat 8 times a day, they could take the nutrition and give her really small quantities of food. Now, why is that so important? Because in case you didn't know this, last night, here's the good news. When you went to sleep, all of us, as long as you didn't eat too late, once you went to sleep and your body had digested your food from dinner, it all but stopped digestion. Once that happened, the body automatically detoxes. Every night is called autophagy when your body gets rid of the dead cells. But that process is not powerful enough to pull out these poisons that are embedded in your visceral fat. Your visceral fat's the fat around your organs. However, they proved it so that 48 hours when she was eating 8 times a day, really small portions, but high levels of nutrition, here's what they found. And they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved this protocol was pulling these poisons out of the visceral fat, and that's why you see her shrinking so much. It's not about body dysphoria, it's not about body image, it's a medical fact that, and as a matter of fact, you'll notice she dropped 21 pounds and 38 inches. The inches, they're having to measure from her neck all the way down to her ankles, and that was the total cumulative of the, I'll show you a woman in a moment, a whole body shot. It'll blow your mind when you see how much she was able to shrink with no loose skin. So that's the basis of it. But in addition, what they found, it wasn't just about the detox. They also found that inflammation, which plagues every one of us, went down 25% a month. So those minor aches and pains and stiffness and stuff. The diabetics in this had to cut their insulin by 50% in a month. And the other big thing was maintenance. So how's maintenance work? You have every morning. That's what I had this morning. I just had lunch and I'll have dinner tonight. It's only 3 meals a day once I got the R2M, once I got race to maintenance, once I got to maintenance. And I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So maintenance is pretty much every day except maybe once every 2 months. Do another 48 hours of the detox where you're going to eat 8 times a day, just these exotic foods from around the world. And that's really how it works and why it works. But the thing you need to understand, how do you sign up? Okay, right here, Roxy. Everybody go to this website, the new. And if you go there and look at the medical proof, then you can scroll down and get a free coach. That's just that simple. They'll do a free consultation with you and a free coach. How do we get started? Okay. How do you sign up and get the info? Roxy, I just put it in the chat for you at the bottom. I know my data is not very good. Roxy, well, this could greatly change your life. Good question. I need a website and didn't see a price. Dolly, the price, I went over it. Take whatever you spent last month. There's no products to buy, Dolly. I'm sorry. It's food. You're going to take whatever food budget you had last month. 30% of that you're going to spend at the grocery store, okay? The other 70% goes for these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand that represent huge amounts of nutrition. The researchers call it the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. To give you an idea, any of you, the nutrients in these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand would equal 400 different nutrients. You need no supplements on this unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium. Did you hear what I said? You need no supplements. That's why and the key to this is giving you much smaller amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition. So you're full based on what you should be full from, and that's nutrition, not calories. Calories, your body can't count a calorie. It doesn't know what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie. Why you're counting calories is crazy. Because that's what we were told, right? That's all we've ever been told. Oh, really? Giselle, what basis do you have? Avoid this guy. Giselle. I have 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. What do you have but a damned opinion? Bye, Giselle. Have a great Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, wherever you might be in the world. Avoid this guy. Yes, of course we want to do that. There's fools, everybody, that come on here. They come on and they want to criticize. They don't have one shred of medical evidence. This is the only protocol in the world with 10 published peer-reviewed human trial studies. So someone like that is total rubbish. It's total nonsense. And she's goodbye. That's all that we need to know. So here, it's right here at the very bottom, the new health conversation. Do you see it right there, everybody? The new health conversation, okay? Hi, Sandy. It's not at the new health conversation, Sandy. That won't get you anywhere. I'll get to my TikTok site where I've got 1,200 videos. You want to go right there to the new health conversation. Yes, Dolly, you'll get a free consultation from one of our coaches. Absolutely. Let's see here. Yes, so you understand where to go now here, Phyllis? Do all of you understand where to go? Also, look at the little red heart up there with the new. See, I don't even address it anymore. It's silliness when people come on and say that kind of stuff. Because here's what they're discrediting. If they're saying avoid this guy, they're avoiding medical proof. Do you understand, everybody? This is the most advanced medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss. And she's saying, avoid this guy. See, but she has no proof of anything other than a damned opinion. For whatever reason, doesn't like me. A lot of people don't like me. It doesn't change the science. The fact, it doesn't change what they published in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, Nutrients, the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, the #1 medical journal in the world. It has nothing to do. They don't like me or dislike me. This is medical proof for everybody. What diet are you on, any of you, with one shred of medical evidence? What would it be? Please tell me what it would be. Tell me what it would be. Who would it be? What would it be? Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. I can't find anybody on social media with one shred of medical evidence. And then you look at the people, unless you think we Photoshop. This is the daughter of a friend of mine. Look at that, everybody. 60 pounds in 3 months. 60! And look at how much she shrank. It's the same woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. But look at her face. Look at her arms. Look at how much her appearance did change massively. Well, you lose 60 pounds in 90 days. You're going to change a lot of your look as well. And then how about this, everybody? Now, unless you think we're lying, he lost 40 pounds in a month, but look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4. I had someone challenge me and say, that's impossible medically to drop your A1C that much. Well, they're full of it. Because then when you research it, it's possible to achieve significant A1C reductions in a short time frame, like 30 days, through aggressive lifestyle interventions. That's what this is. So they're full of it. See, they want to come on and attack. They don't have a damn shred of medical evidence. They have opinions. You all have a chance to hit the reset button for Yeah, peer reviews are important, Roxy. You got it. Do you all understand that? I mean, someone's attack, avoid this guy. What a bunch of nonsense. Giselle. Whoa, how many books have you written, Giselle? How many times have you appeared on public broadcast? I did 1,500 live lectures around the world. They flew me to China, for crying out loud. It's just nonsense. Do all of you understand you can hit the reset button for the rest of your life if that's what you want to do? Otherwise, stay on keto, paleo, Mediterranean, lose a pound a week at most and remove no toxins from your body, not lower inflammation, and gain all the weight back and more. That's what you're all facing. So who else would like to ask me a question? So Roxy, you know where to go. You know where to go. Sandy, you understand. Please, Sandy, don't go to @the New Health Conversation. Just go to the New Health Conversation. The is that's my website. I mean, my TikTok, and the studies aren't there. And if you go to the website, any of you, it's free to go there. Now, Roxy, Sandy, did I do an evaluation for you? If you want to tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. For anybody that wants to come on, I'll take the next, say, 5 or 10 people. So again, I invite all of you. I'm a nice person. I'm not mean. I'm going to give you the real numbers based on really. Oh, I did, Roxy. Okay, great. So who else would like to ask me a question? Yes, plus 245. Okay, Sandy, please, 245.55. Okay, Sandy. Let me explain something to you, Sandy. What I'm sharing with you right now is backed by 10 published 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So what I'm telling you is safe. It may scare you when I tell you what's going to happen. So you're 5'5", you're 245. Maximum at 5'5", we want you to be 130. That's going to be 115 pounds. But get ready, Sandy. In the first 4 days, you're going to lose between 6 and 8 pounds. Thanksgiving, Sandy, easily, you're going to be between 220 and 225. By Christmas, you'll be pushing 200. Let me ask you the first question, Sandy. If you walk in on Christmas morning and you're 200 pounds, how is that the best Christmas present you could ever give yourself? But we're not done, Sandy. I want to get you down to 130. You got 70 pounds more to go. Based on the numbers that we've seen, over 500,000 people that we've helped, it should take you, by sometime early March, Sandy, easily you should be 130. Tell me, Sandy, how you'll feel about that. You know, Sandy, the most expensive part of this is a new wardrobe you're going to have to buy. Because I promise you, Sandy, in the first week, it's normal. Most women lose a whole dress size in 7 days. 7 days. So tell me how excited you would be about that. Plus your energy, your mental clarity, and plus, and I'm not saying you have any of these medical issues, but blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all come down dramatically in 30 days. And see some fool that comes on and say, avoid this guy. It's just a shame. It's a shame. We're gonna have 86% of Americans overweight, obese in 4 years, and 50% pre-diabetic or diabetic, and she comes on and says, avoid this guy. Total, utter nonsense. Just nonsense. Roxy, they give you serving sizes. The thing you're going to learn, Roxy, is the researchers put the food list together at your grocery store. Proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. And they'll give you serving sizes of those. So yes, you can have fruit, right? Sandy, you could change your whole life. But Sandy, just tell me, just Christmas at, say, close to 200 pounds. I mean, what will you think? What will you say? Sandy, is there a better Christmas present you could ever give yourself than that? And it's about your health. It's about detox. It's not about losing weight. It says it's nothing to do with losing weight. Losing weight's like the throw-in. That's the booby prize for all of you. So, Sandy, are you excited and you understand where you can go? And if you go there, we're not going to contact you. The new health, conversation. It should come up right here on the bottom. You see it right there, Sandy, the new health. Oh, yeah, you know I told you don't go at the new health. Just go there. And Sandy, if you go there, or Roxy, we're not going to contact you. So don't think by going there, all of a sudden you're going to get a phone call from us. We don't do that. We want you to look at all the medical proof. Then you can scroll down and you can ask for a free consultation and a free coach. How much is the consultation? $0. How much is the coaching? $0. And what do we sell you? Nothing. We give you grocery lists. I mean, it's just, and for someone, I don't know, I should just, by this time, I've gotten attacked so many times, it's not even worth my energy sometimes to even talk about it, because Sandy, you're more important. Roxy, you're more important. Hair Care Phyllis, you're more important. Not some fool making an opinion. She doesn't know me. She doesn't know anything about me to make a comment. You know why? Because I'm shaking the damn trees. I'm blowing up all their nonsense. All that you're being told, with all due respect, medical doctors, chiropractors, dietitians, nutritionists, workout people, health coaches, total nonsense. I'm watching these poor guys on TikTok that weigh 600 pounds and they've lost like 80, 90 pounds in like 6 to 7 months. But now they're like stalled. They can't lose any more weight. Yes, because the only thing they've lost is lean muscle mass. They're on diets lowering calories. Can anybody even give me the definition of a calorie? Can anybody tell me what is a calorie? What's a calorie? Why are you counting calories when you don't even know what they are? I didn't know what they were 25 years ago, everybody. But come on, we're doing great. We got 5,000 likes. Come on, let's tap on that screen. Let's blow this thing up. Let's get to 10,000. I've only been on 35 minutes. We only got 5,000 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Now, for any of the new people or the people that are just coming on and maybe kicking the tires, if you'll tell me if you're male or female and how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. That's what I've been doing here for everybody. Who else would like to do that? It's non-invasive. I'm just giving you, and I'm giving you the low averages, not him, he's an exception. But here's the average. She had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21 pounds and 38 inches in 30 days. No diet, no starving, natural detox, just real food, and a revolutionary new way of eating. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, no exercising. She's kept it off for 9 years and is backed by 10 human trial medical studies. Are you not interested in finding out how? You think there's any diet that ever did this? What would it be? You know what I'm saying? What would it be? So who else would like to either ask a question, or if you want, I'll tell you that if you want to find out how quickly you can lose the weight, I'll give it to you right now. Can we get some more taps on that screen? We're at 5,300 likes. Come on, I know we can do way better than that. So who else would like to? Look, we've got all kinds of people coming on. I don't understand why you wouldn't go to the website. It's free to go there. There's nothing to buy. You get it, and if you like what you see, there's an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world, not some fool giving me an opinion. Avoid this guy. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't do the research, but we're sharing the research with you. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you want to tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. And keep it off. This is censored. This is a lifestyle. It's a detox. It's not a diet. It's not about body dysphoria or body image. It's nothing to do with that. The bloating that you're experiencing, if you're on this podcast or you're anywhere in the world, is because the body, to protect you, is taking the poisons that are in the water, the air, and the food and stuffing them inside your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is the fat around your organs. You got it, everybody? That's what this is all about. So I'm still waiting either for someone to want me to explain how they did that, or if you'll tell me male, female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose the weight. Thank you, oh, Roxy, you sent a goat. That's obviously very, very nice of you. Thank you, thank you. Suzanne, hello. Who would like to know how she did this? Or look at this, everybody. Now, this is the top end of what we typically see. She lost 35 pounds in 37 days. But what I want y'all to see is look at how much her body shrank. That's the detox. That's not body dysphoria. That's not body image. It's her body telling her she's so much healthier because she's shrinking. And she measured from her ankles from her neck to her ankles. Absolutely, this is a detox. No question about it. I mean, where's the loose skin, everybody? 35 pounds. You lose 35 pounds, typically you're going to have loose skin. She got no loose skin. None of them do. And then if you look at this gentleman here, he's 65 years old, 40 pounds. His A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4 in a month. I had someone question, you don't know what you're talking about. There's no way scientifically you can lose. Idiot, just an idiot. Because then when you Google it, it's pretty clear. It's possible to achieve a significant A1C reduction in a short time, 30 days, through aggressive lifestyle interventions. Boom, here it is. But they measured it. They measured A1C. I mean, it's just crackpots that come on here, crackpots. They're so envisioned, they're so deeply embedded into what doesn't work. Do any of you really think any diet's working? When in 4 years they're projecting 86% of Americans are going to be overweight or obese and 50% pre-diabetic or diabetic? That means 86% of you on this podcast. What are you doing about it? I'd love for any of you to put in the chat. Let's have an open discussion. What diet do you think is going to work long term? Because there's no medical proof to back it up. As a matter of fact, when we look at things like Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments, diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare reviewed long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The studies showed that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than lost on any diet. In summary, there's little support for the notion that diets lead to lasting weight loss or health benefits. What are you all doing? Why? Because that's all you have available to you. It's not that you're not smart, you are. But hopefully you're smart enough to empower yourselves. You can go to this website. It's right there next to the little heart at the top. The New Health Conversation. That's free website. You go there. The only thing there's the medical proof. That's it. I'll put it down here in the chat as well. Here's the free website for everybody to go to. New Health Conversation. I just posted it at the very bottom for everybody. We're 5,360 likes and we're stalled. Moy's Kitchen. Hello. Karen Scott, 909. Hello. So again, nobody's curious. They don't want to know how she lost 31 pounds and 38 inches in 30 days. No dieting, no starving. A natural detox based on real food and a revolutionary way of eating. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, no exercise. She's kept it off for 9 years. It's backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies. Hi, Karen. Oh, I did say hello to you, Karen. So Karen, are you curious? Are you inquisitive? Are you looking to lose weight? What would be your main motivation on being on the, and by the way, this is a podcast, Karen. It's not an infomercial. It's not pre-recorded. It's live. I've been a nutrition. Hello, Tori. Hello to you as well. So I'll offer either one of you, Karen or Tori, and I'm assuming maybe a bad idea, but I think you're both female. If you'll tell me how tall you are, your current weights, and I'll tell you how rapidly and safely you can lose it. And this is not a diet, it's a detox, and there are no products involved. You're going to get food and a completely new way of eating that was invented, this protocol, by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. They have no products to sell. They don't have a company. They're the top scientists in the world when it comes to health, nutrition, and weight loss. And it could change your lives if you want. You don't have to do it. But we've had lots of other people that have come on and they're just shocked at how much weight they could lose by Thanksgiving and or by Christmas, and then get to their goal in this. On this, just to give you an idea, either Karen or Tori, you can lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. Now, you may think that's outrageous, but we have the proof. Look at her. She lost 21 pounds, 38 inches in just 30 days. She only had 30 pounds to lose. That's the other thing that's so significant about it. So would anybody like, again, if you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, and then, okay, Tori, 5'4", 180. Oh, pretty good. So Tori, we would want you to be no more than 130, that's 50 pounds. Tori, brace yourself. I guessed right, Tori, thank you. So we'd shoot for 50 pounds with you, okay? Now, Tori, understand you're not an experiment. We've helped 500,000 people in the last 23 years. 500,000, okay? So Tori, you're going to lose about 5 or 6 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, 160. Christmas, 140 or below. And to get you down to 130, oh my gosh, by middle of January, second or third week in January, Tori, you'll be 130. Give me a comment. How excited would you be about that? Kim Block, I'm female, I'm 5'6", I'm 155. Kim, for you, 5'6", we'd probably want you to be about, let's say 135. Well, the good news is it's only 20 pounds, because Kim, this is going to blow your mind. In the first 4 days, you'll lose 4 pounds. I would easily, by Thanksgiving, you're going to be 135 by Thanksgiving, maybe a week later. Kim, how excited would you be about that? Imagine walking in on Christmas. Tori, so you're excited? Now, aren't you glad you came to this podcast, Tori? And Kim, how excited would you be about that? That's at Thanksgiving. That's not even at Christmas. I'm talking about in 30 days. Because look, she did it. She only had 30 pounds to lose like you. And she lost 21 pounds in 30 days. So Tori, I'm not making things up. And this is the low end of what we see. You want to see something dramatic, ladies, look at this. Julie, 35 pounds in 37 days. And look at her body, how it shrank, and no loose skin. What do you think about that, Tori or Kim? What do you think? Yeah, it would be amazing, of course. But wait a minute. Kim, don't you deserve it? Why wouldn't you deserve it? Kim, can you be honest with me? If you were going to lose 15 pounds, 30 pounds in this case, how long would you give yourself typically to get to 125? I mean, seriously, say you're not on this podcast. I'm just curious. Pick any diet, any gym, any workout routine, any PhD, whatever. How long would you give yourself? I mean, really, Kim. I know you said it would be amazing, but I'm just curious about what you would think based on what you would settle for based on what's available to you, short of being a part of the. Yeah, see, Kim. I mean, are you now? It's crazy good, right? Crazy. And Kim, you go to this website. It's free to go there. The New Health. Let me fix it here. Hold on just a second. I spelled it wrong. That doesn't help too much. But the New Health Conversation. And on that website, by the way, Kim, if you go there, we won't contact anybody who goes there. It's your space to look at the medical proof. And if you like what you see, Kim, you can scroll down. You get a free coach, free counseling, free coaching. All you're buying is food. 30% Kim or Tori from your grocery store. You'll get a grocery list developed by the researchers who developed this. Proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. But instead of calorie amounts, you're going to get serving sizes. Very, very important. You will not be hungry because you've never in your life been hungry for a calorie, whether you knew it or not. The only thing you can ever be hungry for is nutrition. That's what they focused on. But what about the other 70% of the money you have left, and you got to fill up a month's worth of food? Those foods don't come from these researchers or us or the coaches. You get them from these researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, Tori and Lori, to find Kim and Lori to find Tori, sorry, to find these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and small amounts of food. That's what makes this work. And then, so that's the only thing you're buying. You buy nothing from the coaches. You're basically going to spend about what you spent last month total on food, only 30% this time from your grocery, 70% from them. And then they're going to teach you a whole new way of eating where 5 days a week, you're going to have 4 meals a day. You're going to start with these exotic, 4 meals a day, not 3, not 2, 4. You start with the world's most perfect meal for breakfast, lunch from the grocery, dinner from the grocery, and a 4th meal after dinner, these exotic foods around the world. You got it? Then 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world. But this time, you would eat 8 times a day. Yeah, you're going to eat every hour and a half to 2 hours. And that's what allows you to detox. Because in order to detox, both of you or all of you, you have to all but suspend digestion. So like every night, as long as you don't eat too late, when you go to sleep, your body has stopped digestion. It automatically turns on a natural detox mechanism called autophagy. Every night, it gets rid of the dead cells. But that process is not strong enough because we don't have enough nutrition in our food to power getting rid of the poison stored inside our fat cells. You're looking at her shrinking due to the detox. Yeah, Coco, it's a marketing, GLP-1s. I couldn't agree with you more. But let me finish for Tori and for Kim. So what they did, they proved it by doing the most extensive, Tori and Kim, the most extensive medical research ever done in history. So how do they know it's a detox? Here's why. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved this was assisting our body in pulling these poisons out of the fat cells. That's why she shrank. That's why you would shrink. As a matter of fact, Tori and Kim, most women in this lose a whole dress size in a week with no exercise at all. And the other thing that's so amazing, what they found, hunger came down 60%. Diabetics, not that you're diabetics, but it came down, the need for insulin came down 50% in a month. And inflammation, which is the underlying cause of every disease out there, came down 25% in a month. And we're not curing, treating, preventing, diagnosing any medical conditions. All we're doing, and these medical studies are on the website for you all to see. We have nothing to make up. There's no hype here. This is from these medical studies, so you know it's safe and it's real, right? And then maintenance is really simple. You have the world's most perfect meal for breakfast each morning, a lunch and dinner, not 4 meals, 3, and then every couple months do another 48-hour detox. Now, why do you need to detox? Because the poisons aren't going on vacation. We're breathing, we're drinking and eating right now chemicals in our world. It's just that simple. And that's how this works. Does that make sense now, Kim and Tori, as to what you would do? And of course, also you would get, this is what the researchers put together called the Blueprint for Success. And each one of these yellows here are actually daily videos from the researchers telling you it's safe, it's real, this is why you eat what you do. Because it's going to be based not just on how much you're eating, it's when you're eating, what are the serving sizes. And remember, they're balancing nutrition the whole time. So does that make sense to everybody? And who else would like to ask me a question? And Coco's responding, suddenly there's a ton of people pushing dangerous GOPs in a marketing campaign. But let me share with you the medical proof about the GLP-1s. By the way, we're not against them. They're helping diabetics and people morbidly obese. All I want to do is show you the contrast. And you'll see this study on our website. If you go there, Coco, you can see it, Kim, Tori, any of you. It's the New England Journal of Medicine once weekly semaglutide, that's one of the GLP-1s, 68 weeks, everybody. That's a year and 4 months. I'm going to read from the study. After 68 weeks, the weight loss was 32 pounds, and of the 32 pounds they lost, 40% was lean muscle mass. They went on to say this is clinically relevant reduction in body weight. 68 weeks to lose 32 pounds, and she lost 35 pounds in 37 days and gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. Given the choice, if you knew both of those alternatives existed, which one would you choose? This is going to change everything. This is going to make every diet out there. No shot, no surgery, no gastric bypass can compete with your own body. You know, Hippocrates was really, really smart when he said, make food your medicine. That's what we're talking. Now, granted, even if you do organic, it's still becoming really nutritionally insufficient. But these areas in the world where they went to and found these foods with huge amounts of nutrition, no herbicides, no pesticides, that's the secret to this whole thing. That's why they limit you to only 30% of the food from your grocery store, all organic, of course, and you get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables based on serving sizes, not calorie counting. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Would anybody else like to make a comment, or would you, ask me, how tall are you? How much do you currently weigh? And I'll tell you how rapidly, and male or female, because I need to know that in order to give you a more accurate, whatever. Hello, Sarah 9122. So who else on the, and we're at 5,400 likes. We're stalled. Let's get to 6,000 because I need to rest my voice. I've been almost an hour now, and I'd love to be able to help, 3 or 4 more people. And if you'll give me are you male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, and what you, and I'll tell you what you can weigh. Most people on here are going to lose as much weight in 4 days, men or women, in about 6 weeks of dieting. It's not a diet. Again, censors, it's not a diet. It's not about body disfiguring. It's nothing to do with any of that. What she's demonstrating is what happens when you detox your body. And the bloating that you all complain to us about is much more dangerous than just thinking it's a body image thing, because it's not. So as you're expanding that fat in your body, it's because you're stuffing more and more. Your brain doesn't have a choice. It's stuffing the chemicals inside those fat cells, and those fat cells are expanding. Also, never let anybody tell you that you burn fat on a diet or on exercise. It's just a lie. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and they can expand or contract in your lifetime. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or you all can go to this website. It's right here. Hold on. The New Health Conversation. Sorry, everybody. So I just posted it at the Susie Wallace. Okay, 5'2", 230. All right, Susie. At 5'2", we'd want you to be 120. That's 110 pounds. So Susie, brace yourself. The first 4 days, 5 to 6 pounds. Thanksgiving, I'd see you about 210. Christmas, probably about 190, 195 max. Let's go with 190. 190 to get you down to 120 is 70 pounds. So January, February, June. So no problem, Susie. By mid March, you'll be 120. Tell me how you would feel about that. Or walking in on Christmas Day and you're close to 190. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. And what do you think it would do for your health and your mobility and your sort of, aches and pains and your mental fog and sleeping better at night, all the things. Good, Susie. And the point is, Susie, it's real. Susie, I hope, have you been listening? Because it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Susie, are you aware of anybody else on social media, anybody with one shred of medical evidence? Have you seen anybody? I'm just curious. I'm asking all of you because I haven't seen it. That doesn't mean I don't know everything. I haven't seen everything. But you understand the significance of this, Susie. No, exactly. Exactly. Now, Susie, let's say you didn't know me, you didn't know us, and let's say your goal was to lose even 30 pounds, 30. How long would you give yourself? Pick any diet, any trainer, any gym, anything you've seen on TV, any product, because Susie, there's no products here. You're going to buy food, and you're going to learn a completely new way of consuming that food that will not only get you to lose the weight, but also to be able to keep it off for the rest of your life. Susie, I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. She's kept it off, you can read it right there, for 9 years. All the people that I've been showing, the studies were done about 9 years ago, and they're keeping the weight off. They've monitored them the whole time. But Susie, how long would you give yourself to lose 30 pounds? Wow, you're all doing great. We're at 5,900 likes. We're almost at 6,000. We got 51 to go to get 6,000. We'll get there easily. Everybody, tap on your phone. Tap on your phone. Hello, Desert Rose. Yeah, see, Susie, that's it, right? And you understand, Susie, that you're going to lose 20 pounds. Well, you see what she did, 21 pounds in 30 days. And Susie, she only had 30 pounds to lose. I'm giving you very conservative numbers, Susie. Do you understand? Because she definitely started at she had less weight to lose than, say, you did. But I'd rather under-promise for you, Susie. And are you going to be mad at me if by Thanksgiving you're 210 and by Christmas you're 190? I don't think so, right? I hope you're not. We're your friends. But remember, we're talking, Susie, we're talking about you losing as much weight in basically a month as in 3 months or 4 months, right? Heck no, right, Susie, you got it. So Susie, let me put it in here for you again. And I want all of you to know this website that I'm typing here, the New Health, if you go there, we will not contact any of you. We do not do that. We give you the freedom to go and look at the medical proof. And then if you like what you see, Susie, you scroll down. Everybody listen to me carefully. The coaching, the consultation, and the coaching, 100% free. You're buying food, not from us. 30% from your grocery store and 70% from these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Okay, you got that, everybody? So I want to clarify that. Now, the other thing you need to understand, if you go there for the free consultation, it'll say 100% money back guarantee, but I need to clarify that. The 100% money back guarantee is not the 30% of the food you're going to buy at your grocery store. I don't think they'll negotiate that with you. But the other 70% you're spending on your money on, they will give you 100% of your money back in the first 30 days if this doesn't work. How cool is that? Oh, Shredded Off is on. Hey, buddy. So again, Susie, does that make perfect sense and you understand where you can go, correct? Give me a yes, Susie, if you can read that, or any of the rest of you. So I'm just about an hour. I've got to rest my voice. Yes, Susie, good. And you know where to go, Susie. It's right there, the New Health Conversation, okay? All right, well, we're 6,400 likes, really good. Sizzo sent me a cake slice. I got a goat. I got Desert Rose with a heart and a hat. That's wonderful. Would anybody else, before I cheat anybody or cut you off, if you want, I'll do like a couple more people. If you tell me, are you man or woman, how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. So there's someone saying this changed my life. What can I tell you, everybody? Coach C, specimen collector, me. Coach C, did you do it also, Coach C? I'm just me. When you say me, I'm not sure. I'd love to be able to help you or answer your questions or whatever you. Oh, Coach C, 5'7", 237, specimen. Okay, you're female. Okay. So first, you're very tall. That's a good thing. We would want you to be no more than 140. That's max. So that means you need 137 pounds. So, Coach, you're going to lose 8 or 10 pounds probably in the first 4 days. Thanksgiving, I would see you at about 215. By Christmas, you're going to be under 200 pounds, probably 195. So to get you from 195 down to 140, and remember, I'm being ultra conservative, Coach. No reason you won't be 140 by early March of 2026. So again, let me hear your reaction to that. What do you think about that? But you have to understand, Coach, I'm giving you the low numbers. Because when you look, for example, at, this is the daughter of a friend of mine, she lost 60 pounds in 3 months. So, I'm giving you more time, but you can see the averages are minimum. These are minimum 5 pounds a week. Tell me how excited, Coach C, you'd be about that. How much different would your life be? Even if by Christmas, you're going to be under 200 pounds. Tell me how that, if there's a greater Christmas present, Coach C, you could give yourself than that, what would it be? Or I don't know, maybe you'd celebrate Hanukkah, same thing. I'm not doing religious discrimination here. Yeah. And Coach C, here's all you need to do. Here's the website for you to go to. The New Health Conversation. And I want to make sure I spelled it right. Yeah, I did. So that website I just put right under your name. You can see it in white, the New Health Conversation. So a number of things. Coach C, if you go there, there's nothing to buy. We're not going to contact you. Only thing there is the medical proof. Medical proof. I mean the medical studies and an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. He and his team created this, and they have no products to sell, so he's no hunt other than to get his research, the validation it's now getting. They've cracked the code on obesity is basically what happened. Now, if you go there and you like what you see, Coach C, scroll down, you get a free consultation and free coaching. And then they will give you get a grocery list that you actually would take to your grocery store. But whatever you spent last month total on food, you're only going to spend 30% this for a month. And you get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, but no calorie counting, only serving sizes. Coach C, does that make sense? Then the other 70% of what you would buy comes from other researchers, not us, not our coaches, that went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition in small quantities of food. That's what you're going to be consuming. The next thing, your coach, so you get this, your coach will then show you how to consume, what to consume, how much to consume. And the researchers actually got, there's a vegetarian version for sure. But anyway, the coaches are there to instruct you, and they all did it themselves, and they all got coached. And so you're not an experiment. We know what we're doing. And that's it. So the coaching's 100% free. The only thing you're buying is food. You got to buy food anyway. But the way you're going to disperse it, the way you're going to eat it, and there's no store you can buy these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. So does that make sense, Coach? Tell me. Oh, where were you? Where were you? In Russia or Mongolia or New Zealand? Where, Coach C? Now you got me curious. Wow, very cool. Well, I remember the first time I went to just Europe in general, and they brought out my entree, and it was about this big around. I thought, man, I'm going to be starving to death. But the concept is really pretty simple. The only thing, Coach C, your body can ever be hungry for is nutrition, not calories. That's what the research has proved. Does that make perfect sense? And if you go there, again, I want to emphasize, no, Condi, no, not at. No, that's my TikTok site. You all want to go just to the New Health, Conversation. Right here. There it is. I was on site a week left. What was I saying? I was on the site a week. Oh, I thought you were in Russia or Mongolia or Tibet. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I misinterpreted what you said. That's hilarious. That's why I was going, wow, that's cool. Yeah, laugh out loud. That's wonderful. Wonderful. So, wow, we're at 700. Come on, a few more taps on your phones and we'll get to 8,000. I'm sure we can do that, pretty quickly. So, again, Coach C, does it make sense? You know where to go and you know what the parameters are. It's just, we're not going to contact you if you go there, but if you go and you like what you see, scroll down, coach will do a free consultation and evaluation, and then if you want to do it, they'll coach you the whole time for free. Understand, they're going to coach you the whole time. They're not just coaching you for like the first few days or a week, because they all got coached. And it's really important that you get the support of the knowledge on an ongoing basis, because it's not a diet. It's a new way of eating, a new way of living, a new way of really maximizing our quality of life potential. So that's basically, yeah, you're saying yes, you understand. So would anybody else like to ask me a question? Why is that doing that, I wonder? Ruth Nawala. Huh. I can't see a Ruth Nawala. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on here. Let me see if can I make this smaller? All right, I guess I can't. So who else would like to ask me a question? So how do we maintain it? Oh, sorry, Coach C. My bad. It's really pretty simple, Coach C. Every morning, you have the world's most perfect meal from these foods, nutrients from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, etc. You have a regular lunch and a regular dinner, and then every 2 months do another 48-hour detox because the chemicals are still coming at us every single day. But like I said, I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So, and she's kept it off for 9. All the people I'm showing you have kept it off for like 9 years. It even says it right there. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, no excess, and she's kept it off for 9 years. So it's really simple to maintain it. So does that make sense, Coach C? Hopefully, it's not that complicated. It's what it is. It's by supplying your body with sufficient nutrition. See, you could get the nutrition from organic food, the same amount, but you have to eat about 4 times as much. Does that make sense? And the reason so many people, yeah, exactly. And the reason that people are getting so big is that even with their best intent, let me give you an example, Coach C and everybody else. Spinach, which if you're vegetarian, you have spinach. Well, this is going to shock you. Cornell University did a study on the iron levels in spinach from 1957 to 2020. Coach C, the iron levels in spinach have decreased so much that one bowl of spinach in 1957, did I say 53? I meant 57, sorry. By 2020, you'd need 20 bowls of spinach. So what people are doing, and the brain's going, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. So we're feeding ourselves more and more food, even if it's organic, to satisfy the... See, we're alive because of 3 things: air, water, and not calories, nutrition. And the reason diets can't work, Coach, is because they're relying even on organic food. And all a diet is reducing the total quantity of food you're consuming, but they never tell you reducing the amount of nutrition. When that happens, the brain senses you're in starvation mode, because you are from a nutritional standpoint of view. And what does it do? It turns your muscles into fuel, slows down your metabolism. That's why people gain all the weight back and more. And the second thing it does by losing lean muscle, it also interferes with your own immune system. So we're literally making ourselves unhealthy by being on diets. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes, the nutritional value is missing. Exactly, exactly. No, Connie, you didn't do anything right. I just want to make sure that you're on the... I wanted to make sure, Connie, that you knew that I'm happy if you want to go to my TikTok site. There's like 1,200 videos on there. But if you want to see the medical proof and get a free coach, they're not on my TikTok site. That's my only point. So are we cool, Connie? Are we cool? You understand now? So Coach C, you're right on. You're right on. It's all, the only thing that matters to our body is, do we have enough nutrition to run all our organs? And when we don't, the brain, we know, Coach C, the medical proof is there. Every day, I've got a list. Where's that big study? I have a big study right here. Yeah, here it is. Hold on one second. Let me just give you the examples. So the title of this study was "A Grand Myth of Traditional Diets, a Devastating Cycle of Failure and False Promises." Listen to this carefully, everybody. Traditional diets, be they low-fat, low-carb, keto, carnivore, macro-cutting obsessions, or the latest fad, time-restricted eating, seduce millions with vows of dramatic weight loss and radiant health. But the brutal truth etched in decades of unyielding scientific evidence shatters this illusion. These diets deliver fleeting illusions of progress, followed by inevitable regain of all the weight, negligible long-term medical benefits, and the hidden toll of the loss of up to 40% of your lean muscle mass, slowing down your metabolism and your immune system. So they did a 12-month study in this case. And they named the major diet groups. Sometimes they looked at 10, 20 studies at a time. But they came up with the averages on low-fat, low-carb, keto, carnivore, macro-counting, and time-restricted eating. Now, this is 12 months. After 12 months on some of the diets, the weight loss was a meager 11 pounds in a year. That's a year. And the most amount of weight loss anybody was about 16 pounds in a year. And 25 to 40% of what people lost, whether it was low-fat, low-carb, keto, carnivore, macro-counting, time-restricted eating, was lean muscle mass, which is one of the most dangerous, one of the most unhealthy things you could ever do. And yet they keep perpetrating essentially this fraud, that it's about calories in, calories out, diet and exercise. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, I have another study here from UCLA about exercise. It says, diet and exercise ineffectiveness parallels all diets. Like nearly every dieting method, combining diet and exercise proves unsuccessful for sustaining meaningful weight loss. I mean, this is... Here's Harvard Medical School. Trainers and guidance often claim 1 to 2 pounds per week is achievable and safe via 500 1,000 calorie deficit. But this perpetuates the obsolete calories in, calories out narrative, which is deeply flawed and not how the body functions. Harvard Medical School explicitly advises stop counting calories. As the body doesn't recognize or process calories, it relies on nutrition. So you're spot on, Coach C. You're spot on. Why is no one telling everybody this? Why is no one telling? You know why? Because there's too much money involved. But here's what I say, just simple, do an experiment. If you get a chance at any point this weekend, tomorrow, next week, go to Barnes & Noble and look at how many diets there are. Ask yourself a question. If any of those diets work, why do we need like 500 different diets? Because none of them work. And we know this time of year, people get, yeah, the money's exactly. Be encouraged. Good question. Right. I've got some allies today for a change. You know, it started out bad early on when they said, avoid this guy. Some person came on, avoid this guy. Do you feel, Coach C, be honest with me? Or Condi, or be encouraged? I mean, do you feel like I'm educating you? Do you feel like I'm selling you anything? Or do you feel like you're learning something? You're educating. And the other thing, because I only rely on peer-reviewed human trial medical studies, I'm saying to myself, what am I doing wrong? I guess there are just haters out there, and that's just how the world is. But we're helping people. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. Sounds pretty good to me. Be encouraged, educating. Good, good. Well, Coach C, thank you very, very much. I hope you will embrace this and do it. Look, change the rest of your life by Christmas. Give yourself the best. Coach C, is there a better, what I explained to you, is there a better Christmas present you could give to yourself than that? What would it be? Good, you are going to go this. Wonderful. Nope, exactly. Do you all understand what these researchers did for us? Not me, I didn't create this. But they're rated the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world for 40 years. They never gave up. They were paid to analyze diets for 40 years. They never found one that worked. Good, Condi. I hope you do that for your own benefit. But the thing that's cool, Condi, if you understand, which it sounds like you may, that a peer-reviewed human trial study, there's nothing higher in medical research. That's the end of the line. That's why no drug ever gets approved without a peer-reviewed human trial medical study. And Condi, that website is free for you to go to. I think I'll, just to be redundant, I'm going to put it in there again. The new health. I just didn't want you to go and be disappointed by going to my, not that my TikTok's not good because I got 12, I think I have more videos on there than anybody on the whole internet. Because you understand, Condi or Be Encouraged or Coach C, I'm against everybody. I'm against the whole majority. Because what are they all telling you? Calories in, calories out. I'm flabbergasted. I mean, they don't have to like me, but the science is the science. If you understand, yeah. Well, Condi, that makes me, I figured you were something like that. Buck Swizzle, no. Bucks, you were on yesterday. No, you don't want to go there. You want to go to the new. Remember, I told you, don't go to @the new health conversation. Go to the new. If I could spell it right, it would even be better. Conversation. New. Okay. So Buck Swizzle, it's right underneath you. Now you're in Australia, I think, aren't you? Or you're oh no, maybe in Europe. I can't remember. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I think you were on. I just remember your handle. It's unusual, and I get a lot of people on here. So when I remember it, it must be unique. But so here's the one. So Bucks, I want to make sure you go to the right. So everybody, hold on. You see they're in white. The new health Oh, I spelled conversation wrong. Damn it. Okay, hold on. The new health See, yeah, I spelled it. Okay, so the second time, forgive me, the first one is wrong. I spelled conversation backwards. I've been tired. I've been here for a long time today already. So again, encouraged, or any of you, please take your time, go to the new health conversation. We won't contact you. There's nothing to buy there for the censors. The only thing there is the medical proof for you all to see, including the peer-reviewed human trial studies. Condi, I'm sure you'll be very fascinated by those. Condi also, there's an interview with the rated #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. And Condi, if you're familiar with physiologists, it's very rare. They study the nutrients once they enter the body, inside. How do they interact with the organs, etc. And they're the ones, well, he in particular headed up the team. Good, encouraged. Encouraged. Did I do an analysis for you? I'm happy to do it if you want to. And you don't have to. So don't think, I'm no pressure. Because it's for your benefit. I need to know if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you on this how fast you can expect to lose the weight. And by the way, keep it off. You're not going on a diet. It's a new lifestyle, and it's all based on detoxification. The weight loss is just kind of like a throw-in. The main thing you're doing here is enabling your own body to remove these poisons that are stored inside your fat cells, and you're going to shrink. If you look at her on day 1, everybody, you can see the bloating, and then on day 30, that's not body dysphoria. That's a medical function of the detox of your body. And the sad thing now, everybody's complaining to us about how much bloating you have. That's your body stuffing and stuffing and stuffing these chemicals inside your fat cells, and those fat cells just keep expanding. And there's no such thing as burning fat on a diet or exercise. Don't fall for that nuts. That's crazy. Google, you're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and they can expand or contract over your lifetime. That's it. There's no such thing. The only way you can lose fat is through liposuction or surgery. So you're falling for that. Go to the gym and you're running in the tread. Do it for cardiovascular, but you're not burning any fat at all. Don't fall for that nonsense. Female, 56. So is that 56, Desert Rose, or are you 5'6"? I need to know. That's a very important distinction. I'm thinking you're 5'6", but I don't want to give you a number until I'm sure. Because really your height does determine about what you should weigh and how quickly we think you can lose the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. So Desert Rose, okay, are you 5'6"? Is that it? Or you're 56 and you're 196, and I need to know how tall you are. And anybody else that wants to have me do this, I'll be happy to give you an honest 5'3". Okay, you are 56, 5'3". Okay, so you'd want to be max 120, 76 pounds. Get ready, Desert Rose. You're going to lose about 5 or 6 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, I see you at about 146. I would say Christmas, you're going to probably be close to 130. So that means you've got about 10 pounds to go. No reason by sometime second or third week in January, you should be 130. Desert Rose, tell me, how excited would you be about that? But just think about Christmas at 130. When was the last time you weighed 130? You know what I'm saying? Beyond excited. There you go. And even if it was less than that, even a little bit less than that, like in her case, let's just do the numbers for you, right? So she lost 21 pounds a month. So that means by Thanksgiving, easily you'd be at what would that be, 175, right? Maybe I did the math wrong. I'm sorry, 175. Then Christmas, you'd be 175, let's say 155, sorry. So Christmas, 155. So you'd have 35 pounds to go. But then in that case, it would take you until mid-February to get down to did I say 120? I can't remember, 120 or 130. But the point is, you're going to get to where you go anyway, okay? It's been too long, and I bet you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Surely I'm 5'3", 116 female. Well, first of all, you're pretty darn close to what you should be. You're actually almost underweight. Shirley, are you sure you want to lose weight, or you just like the idea of detox? Because we do have a lot of people that come on here that want to gain weight, Shirley. But if you're 116, you're pretty darn good right now. So what would be your main motivation? You want to detox? Because it is a detox. I mean, unless there's something I don't know about how low you really want to be. I mean, there are a lot of people that would give anything to be 5'3", 116. I'm telling you right now, that's wonderful. So who else? A voluptuous. So who else would like to chime in? And Desert Rose, you understand, all of you, and be encouraged. You all know where to go, right? You can go to the website. I'm going to type it again for everybody. The New Health conversation. That's the free website to go. We will not contact you if you go there. There's nothing to buy. The only thing on that website is the medical proof. And then if you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation, a free coach, and the coaching's free the whole time to get you to your goals. Isn't that great? Oh, good, Desert Rose. Fantastic. And it's this one here, right? The New Health Conversation. Am I clear? Don't do at the New Health Conversation. Remember, I told you that. That would take you to my TikTok, and there's nothing there except my, 1,200 videos. That's something, I guess. So who else would like to ask a question? Or if you want, if you give me your height and your current, height, male or female, and your current weight, and I'll give you an honest opinion as to how fast you can lose it. But Desert Rose, how motivated would you be for those kind of numbers that I just shared with you? Or Shirley, I'm still thinking, Shirley, you're really in great stead as far as what we see anyway. So who else would like to put something on here? Oh, Sty, Yozetti, give me a cake slice. Roxy Ann gave me a goat. Desert gave me a heart with a hat. Wow, you're all very, very nice to me. It would be miraculous. Okay, but Desert Rose, you deserve it. Why don't you deserve it? I'm not saying you don't. Do you see what I'm saying? And here's what I would tell you, Desert Rose. Just because it wasn't invented doesn't mean it wasn't possible. Does that make sense? In other words, for all of you, I know you're struggling looking at this and thinking, oh, it's a hoax, or don't listen to him, or what. I get the haters, not any of you so far, at least, thank goodness, right? But this is changing people's lives. I mean, Desert Rose, how different would your life be at those numbers? Think of the energy. Think about sleeping better. Think about less aches and pains. Think about more energy. Think about just the zest for life. Do you feel because of the weight you're paying prices? What are the prices you're paying? You don't have to tell me, but it can be as much as my back hurts, or I'm tired, or I'm stiff, or I don't have the energy I used to. What everything? Get it. Everything would be better. Everything. So again, please tell me, you all are in a position where you could change your lives. You can hit the reset button. It's about the do-over button for everybody. Come on, we're at 8,600 likes. Let's go. Let's get some more taps. We got to get to 9 or 10,000. I was going to quit about 30 minutes ago, and now I'm inspired again by all of you. So who else? I've had a lot of nice people come on here and ask me for opinions. So again, the idea would be male or female, how tall you are and your current weight. That's what I want to know. It's not that I want to know, but you might want to know how much weight you could lose how quickly. So again, we're at 8,700 now. Come on, we need some more taps. Let's get to 9,000, 10,000. I know we can do it. But for the rest of you, what's holding you back? Let's read the headline. She safely dropped 21 pounds and 38 inches in 30 days. No dieting, no starving, natural detox, just real food and a revolutionary new way of eating. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass, no exercise, kept it off 9 years. It's backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies that I'm holding right here in my hand. They're on the website. The website is next to the little red heart at the top, the New Health Conversation. If you go there, we're not going to contact you. It's medical proof. We don't need to convince you. You need to convince yourself. Because otherwise, the problem is you're going to just waste your time. We're not arguing you can lose weight on any diet out there. But when you read things like from Medicare, let me repeat it again to everybody. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare reviewed the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. Our researchers found that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on any diet. In summary, there's little support for the notion that diets lead to lasting weight loss or health benefits. I see them on social media. They look like nice people making these outrageous claims with not one shred of medical evidence. One in particular, intermittent, this time-restricted eating, where you don't eat for 16 hours, eat for 8. Oh, you can lose 20 pounds in a month and most of it's fat. Complete fabrication. There's no such thing as burning fat. Right away, you should run from it. Run. You are born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and they expand or contract in your lifetime. That's it. with all due respect, looks like a nice person, got like 1 million followers, way more than me. But I'm fighting the establishment for all of you. Somebody's got to fight for you, because otherwise you're lulled into this no man's land of counting calories, which is never, it doesn't, I just proved it to you. Medicare's saying it, not somebody giving you an opinion in a gym. Nothing wrong with that. Exercise is fine, but it's not for weight loss. It's for cardiovascular. That's it. And I read just a little while ago from UCLA, this big study, this quote from the study: diet and exercise ineffectiveness parallels all diets. Like nearly every dieting method combining diet and exercise proves unsuccessful for sustaining meaningful weight loss. I mean, they're telling you that, and yet you're still going to the gym thinking somehow you're going to lose weight. I have a trainer. I go to the gym a couple times a week, and I see the people on the treadmill, and they don't lose an ounce month after month after month after month. And a lot of the trainers have a problem. I mean, it's just crazy what we're doing. So, who else would like to have me? If you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose it on this. I'll show you some other pictures in the meantime. So here's here is Julie. Sorry, that's what I meant. So look at her, 35 pounds in 37 days. Now this is the upper end of what we see. She's an exception, okay? But even so, look at her body. Do you see any loose skin, any body dysphoria, any body image problem? It's medical proof she's shrinking. We're showing you that so you understand what's possible. We're not making a claim. We're not making anybody feel bad. This is real. And then you look at Curtis, a 65-year-old man, 40 pounds in a month. But look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4 triglycerides, 242 to 124 in 30 days. That's when the person yesterday said, it's impossible to lower your, you couldn't do it medically. You're full of it. Go do some research before. People want to come on and give me opinions. I've been in nutritional research for 23 years, wrote 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world, 20 shows on PBS, 1,500 live lectures in hospitals and universities around the world. So no one's going to come on and tell me that they know. I only state medical facts. I don't give you opinions. It's not my opinion. That's what his A1C did. They measured it. They measured. It's in the medical studies, and he's telling me you can't do that. Says who? You? You have an opinion? Good. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I just laugh because I see this nonsense. Come on, everybody. I'm stuck at 8,769. Come on, let's tap. All you do is tap on your screen, everybody, and the hearts will come up, and we can make it a lot bigger. Let's try and get to like 10,000. What have I been on? I've been on 1 hour and 29 minutes. Okay, that's good. But at some point, I'm going to have to rest my voice, or I won't be able to do my last. What do we need to do? Morningstar. Okay. So Morningstar, let me go back to the beginning. So Morningstar, she lost 21 pounds, 38 inches, 30 days, no dieting, no starving, natural detox. That's what you're going to do. I'm going to explain it with real food and a revolutionary way of eating. That's a summary, okay? She also gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. So Morningstar, if you want, you don't have to, but it's be more effective for you. If you tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you based on this. Now, Morningstar, we've worked with 500,000 people over 23 years. So when I give you numbers, they're going to be extremely conservative, but we have the data from 500,000 people. We got a pretty good handle on how much weight you can lose. The averages, men and women, we know based on your height. Condi, no, the New American Diet is not, but I know the author. That's a wonderful book, a wonderful book. Okay, male 39, age. Age, I don't think you're 450 years old, Morningstar. Am I correct? Male, 39, age, 450. How tall are you? Because Morningstar, this could really be something that could really change your life. You're 6 foot T. Is that, or you're just 6'5". Okay, that makes more sense. All right, at 6'5", you should probably be, let's use some realistic numbers. At 6'5", we'd like to have you minimum 250, probably more like 230. So let's just go with 250 initially. So first of all, Morningstar, in the first 4 days, you'll probably lose 10 or 15 pounds. This is going to blow your mind. I'm not going to be shocked at all if by Thanksgiving you're 410. By Christmas, you could be as low as 270. So from 270 down to, well, if you wanted to get to 250, for example, I'm going to say probably by the end of February, you could easily be, yeah, you could lose, wait a minute, I did the math wrong. Let me figure it again, sorry. So you're going to lose about 45 pounds, 40 pounds in the first month. That'll get down to 410. Oh, that's where I messed up. Christmas, you should be 370, not 270. That's why I messed up. So 370 and down to 150 is 120 pounds. Based on what our experience with people with that kind of weight, there's no reason at all by March or early April that you should be 250. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. By the way, that's with no exercise. So none of the pictures I'm showing you. Now I'll just show you, this is a minor example, but look at this gentleman here, 65 years old. He lost 40 pounds in a month. So I'm giving you conservative numbers, Morningstar. I'm not making things up. He only had, you can see, but he lost 40 pounds in a month. And then this younger guy here, he lost even more, 45 pounds in 30 days. So when I'm giving you these numbers, Morningstar, we're pretty damn sure. I had a guy in Denver, just to give you an idea. He was 5'11", 587. Now, granted, that's a lot, right? But in about 19 months, he lost almost 400 pounds. So again, I'm very encouraged that we could really, really, really help you. Shirley, my sister. Okay, but Morningstar, I want to make sure you understand what I just said. How excited would you be about those numbers? I mean, if you could be, again, if you could be around 370 by Christmas, what kind of gift would that be? And obviously, I don't have to tell you of the challenges with that kind of weight, with mobility, with aches and pains, with stiffness, right? All those things. And also, so here's what you would do, Morningstar. It's a detox. It's not a diet. So this is the free website that you can go to. You're welcome to hang around because I'm going to explain exactly how the detox works here in a minute or two. But I don't want, yes, I'd be extremely interested and excited. So do you see right there the new health conversation? Give me a yes. Oh, you're saying okay. You go to that website, and if you go there, we're not going to contact you, okay? We will not contact you. I'll show you one other picture, and censors, don't shut me down for showing this picture. It's not about body dysphoria, etc. But I'm going to blow your mind now, Morningstar. I'm going to take a chance. You ready? This lady here, this is 13 months. Look at that, Morningstar. No loose skin. Do you see that? I got to come off because I don't want the censors to shut me down showing body dysphoria. It has nothing to do with that. The thing I wanted you to see is how much she lost without any loose skin. Now, you may have a little bit, but my guy who lost almost 400 pounds, he basically went from a 62-inch waist to a 36 in those 19 months. And by the way, he's kept it off now for more than 10 years. Yeah, I know, Morningstar. It's really crazy. It sounds like, I'm not going to be surprised, you probably have a huge motivation for this because you're a really young person, at least in my world, and you have your whole life ahead of you. Let me ask you something. Here's the part we can't tell. The desire in your heart to change. But if you have something like this, can you imagine on the 5th morning, you're down 15 pounds? Tell me how much, maybe more. You could be down 20 pounds. I've seen it before. But I'd rather under-promise. Do you understand, Morningstar? Are you going to be unhappy if you lose 15 pounds in 4 days? And then all of a sudden you lose 20? I don't think you're going to be mad at me, are you? Or your coaches. The other thing I should tell you, Morningstar, it's free coaching and a free evaluation. Free. Now, also, if you do have any medical conditions like pre-diabetic or diabetic or high blood pressure, etc., if you go there to the website, we won't contact you, but you scroll down, you get a free coach, and there's a place to fill in like your height, your weight, and if you're on any medication. How does that sound to you? Yeah, I would be happy. Okay, good. So we're still going to be friends if you only lose 15 pounds in 4 days, right? Oh, yeah, we've helped so many people. Well, I mean, I'm not bragging, everybody. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. And a lot of people like you, Morningstar, that just really, The only thing separating you from that is the wrong approach that you've been using, not your fault. None of these diets work, Morningstar. They literally, we can guarantee whatever diet you're on, you're going to gain more weight than you lost in the long run, at least 2/3 of people who go on these things. You're too young to be having that as an impediment. So are you highly motivated to do this, and will that excite you? If you stand on the scale in 4 days and you're down 15 pounds, are you going to be like crazy excited? Because I see these other people on, well, they're more than you. I've seen them on TikTok, 600 pounds, etc. And they're all excited in a week, they lose 4 or 5 pounds. I look at that and just go, what a sad story. At that kind of weight, they probably, I would tell you this, those people on this program, they would probably lose 50 pounds in a week. I'm not kidding you, 50 pounds in a week. Well, they weigh 700, 650. So it's all proportionate, right? Good. We got more hearts coming. We're at 9,300. Let's keep going, everybody. I was going to quit, but Morningstar, you re-inspired me. So Shirley, sorry, my sister, 5'3", 160. Okay, so she's 5'3". I'd want her to be about 120. That's 40 pounds. She's going to lose about, Shirley, 5 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, she should be 140. Christmas, probably 125. So she's going to damn near beat her goal by Christmas time. That's how dramatic this is, Shirley. How much do you think that would excite her? Morningstar, you inspire me. This is why I do this. Morningstar, I'm going to share something with you. I don't always share this because it's very personal. But Morningstar, my own mother was morbidly obese my whole life. As a matter of fact, the picture of the woman I showed you, that's on my mom, but that's about how my mom looked. And Morningstar, I spent my whole life, I loved her, loved her, loved her. I went through fat shaming, I saw all of that. And 25 years ago, before I started, good, Shirley, well, you know where to send her. But Morningstar, let me finish with you. Well, for everybody, I want you all to hear this story. So my mom, who was morbidly obese my whole life, I never knew her thin, I never knew her healthy, and I loved her. It didn't make a damn bit of difference. Her name was Grace. And so Grace called me up 25 years ago before I became a researcher and said, you know, Peter, I have one really big wish in my life. I said, Mom, what's that? She said, I would give anything to spend 1 day thin, Morningstar. 6 months later, massive heart attack and stroke. I still miss my mom 25 years later. And the sad part is, Morningstar, I honest to gosh believe my mom dieted herself to death. She did every kind of diet you could imagine. I'd see her lose 20 pounds and gain 25 back. So she kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger over time, and more and more and more medications. At the end, I don't even know how many different drugs, like 20 different kinds of drugs she was taking. Can you imagine, Morningstar? All she wanted was 1 day thin, everybody. Not a week, not a month, not a year, 1 day. So when people come on like they did earlier, I guess it's still bothering me, and they say, don't listen to this guy. Really? See, the person who said that doesn't know anything about me, doesn't know anything about my past. Why am I doing this? Why am I working 7 days a week doing 4 of these podcasts a day? Prior to that, I'd done 1,500 lectures around the world, flew over almost 2 million miles just on United Airlines, delivering the message I'm delivering to all of you right now. My message is of hope, but it's not hope dope, okay? You get that? It's real medical science. So Morningstar, you have to understand that these peer-reviewed human trial studies, which you can see if you go to the website, will so inspire you. And there's also an interview, Morningstar, with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. That's not me. And he'll tell you they are the top weight loss researchers in the world for 40 years, 100 studies. You know what he said in the interview? They'll never recommend to any patient at any kind of weight a traditional diet ever again. They said it would literally be unethical. Because you understand, in those 40 years, they'd analyzed 100 studies, thousands of people. They never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off long term. So let's say you get really motivated, Morningstar. You go to the gym and you do all this kind of stuff, and you lose the weight, but there's a 2/3 chance you're going to weigh more than you started. How much would that break your heart? This is your pathway to a new life. I'm not kidding you. So I hope you'll go to the website. Nothing to do with me. We won't know if you go. Because if you go there, we don't contact you, Morningstar. We don't do that. We want you to see the medical proof. If you'd like to see, scroll down and you get a free coach and a free consultation. And Morningstar, they're going to coach you the whole time. If it takes 6 or 8 or 10 months, they'll be there every single day for you if you want that. They'll call you, they'll FaceTime you. I'm telling you, we're working with people like you all the time. And we're making such a difference. All you need is the right program. I believe, based on what you're sharing with me right now, you have the motivation. But if you're all motivated to do something that doesn't work, it's pretty discouraging. So who else just came on? Ben L. I'm 5'11", 233, wife 5'2", 150. Okay, Ben, let me do both of you. So you at 5'11", Ben, only because you're first. Let me do your wife first. Women before men, okay? 5'2", 150. Ben, I would say we'd want her to be about 115. That's going to be 35 pounds. But wait till you hear this. She'll lose at least 5 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, I would easily see her about 135. By Christmas, she'll be about 120. And by middle of January, she'll be 115. Tell me how excited she'd be about that. Now let's do you, my friend. 5'11", 233. Max should be is about 180. That's 53 pounds. Get ready, Ben. You're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. You should be, by Thanksgiving, you're going to probably be about 208. By Christmas, you're going to be 208, 8 and 20. You should be around you're going to be about 190. At max, you got 10 pounds to go. Again, for you, middle of January, you should easily be about 180 to 185 max. Tell me how excited you and or your wife would be about those numbers. It's not, let me explain something to you, Ben. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. And what's so different about what we do, there are 10 published peer-reviewed human trial studies that if you go to the website, Ben, you'll see them. They're there. We have nothing to hide. If you go to the website, we won't even contact you. But if you go there, you scroll down, you get a free consultation, both you and your wife, and you'll both get a coach for free. The coaching's free, the consultation's free until you get to your goal. And all you're doing, Ben, here, you're buying food. You're going to get a grocery list this is how this system was put together. It was based solely on no counting calories. It was based on what's called nutritional density. The researchers who had gone to the blue zones, now, first of all, they'd done 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people over 40 years. And Ben, they never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off, ever, ever, ever. So they knew that there was a flaw in the whole system of dieting because they were paid to analyze diets for 40 years. And the flaw was counting calories. And the biggest flaw of that, of course, is the fact the human body has no idea what a calorie is. It doesn't give a damn about a calorie. And not to be disrespectful, but I'd be shocked. I didn't know what they were. I'd be shocked if you knew the medical definition of a calorie, the real definition, because your body can't count calories. You've never, ever been hungry for a calorie in your life, Ben. The only thing you can ever be hungry for is nutrition. But there was another component here. Ben, do you believe we're living in a toxic world? Do you believe you and your wife are toxic? Do you? Because I hate to tell you the bad news. The bad news is you and me and every person on the planet has this new medical syndrome called TDOS. What does it stand for? The T is for toxic chemicals, including poisons like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. That as we're drinking, breathing, eating them, the body's taking those chemicals and stuffing them inside our fat cells. That's why people experience all the bloating that they do, okay? Ben, when I did this 23 years ago, I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, which I kept off for 23 years. But Ben, I went from a 42-inch waist to a 34-inch waist in 14 days. I'm in 34-inch jeans today. This is not a diet, Ben. If you think you're going on this to be on a diet where there's a start and an end, it's a lifestyle that's totally sustainable. Like I said, I've maintained the 40-pound weight loss for 23 years. But this medical syndrome, TDOS, every person in the world has it. T for toxicity, D caused by the lack of enough nutrition in our body to allow our body to detox. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to teach you, it's your body that can detox. No product, there's no pills, there's no magic elixir. It's based on food and a new way of consuming the food, okay? The O is for being overweight, the S is for stress, registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. Peter Greenlaw, I wonder who that is. Oh, Ben, that would be me. So I discovered a medical syndrome that every person in the world has. So I'm not just some guy up here talking, despite all my critics and the haters that don't listen to this guy, he's full of it. Really? You think you get a registered trademark U.S. Patent Office of a medical condition that affects everybody in the world? Really? That's all I can say, right? But anyway, Ben, let me come back to earth here for just a minute. Good morning, Star. Yeah, I know, Ben. It's wow. At least, Ben, am I making you laugh a little bit, right? But Ben, I have so many haters, it's just silly. Okay, so Ben and Morningstar and everybody else that's listening right now, I'm going to explain to you what they did. I'll go as fast as I can. But understand, you need to be open to the concept of something you've never seen, experienced, heard before. So like I said before, every one of you, including you, Ben, and your wife, and me, and my kids, and my grandkids, all have TDOS syndrome. Ben, it's so bad that 10 years ago they did a study on newborn infants, Ben, looking at their cord blood at birth. I want you to hear this too, Morningstar. Every baby, they found an average of 287 toxic chemicals in their blood at birth. I don't know if you both saw last week, 2 weeks ago, Starbucks coffee, 1 cup, you're getting 25,000 microplastics in each cup of Starbucks coffee. They're now finding plastic in our brain and in our coronary arteries. I'm not making this up. You can look it up. I'm a scientist. I only give you facts, not hyperbole. Not somebody with a hat and writing on a board and, oh, you're going to join and you're going to buy recipes. It's all rubbish, just rubbish. I only bring you real medical proof. That's it. I don't ever want anybody to believe me. I'm the researcher of the research. I'm bringing you the research. And it's all on the website for all of you to see for free. Free website and free coaching and free consultation. Now, how are we able to do that? Because so many people have gone on this, Ben, and they have such amazing results. They say, I want to help somebody else. So the New Health Conversation, Ben, is a movement. There's no products. There's not a company. It's a movement of like-minded people that want to help everybody else. What a concept in this divided world that we have now, where people actually helping each other with no agenda other than, yeah, I want to share with you what happened to me. I got coached. We all got coached. It's the most amazing. I started the New Health Conversation, Ben, 23 years ago. It was a big following, one person, me. I never thought it was going to turn into what it's turned into now. And before COVID, Ben, I'd done over 1,500 lectures all over the world. They even flew me to China. I spoke in universities and hospitals. I was interviewed 4 times on the 4 biggest daytime shows in America, 20 shows on PBS. I was picked to speak at Autism One in Chicago, the biggest autism conference in the world, 2 years in a row. And then, of course, COVID stopped everything. Thank God for TikTok. I'm not kidding you. Thank God. I don't know what I would have done. Maybe I'd be like crazy. So let me explain to you what the researchers did. First of all, Ben, they had done 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people, and came to one conclusion. There was no diet they ever analyzed where people were able to lose weight and keep it off, and 2/3 of every person gained more weight than they lost. And worse, Ben, when they analyzed, which they did, water and lean muscle mass in particular, people were losing, of the weight they were losing, let's say they lost 20 pounds, between 5 and 8 pounds, 25 to 40% was lean muscle mass. Well, the danger in that is, number one, is you lose lean muscle, your body is using your muscles for fuel. It should never, ever do that. It slows down metabolism. Now, as bad as that is, and that's why you gain all the weight back, Ben, or you're struggling to lose weight, or maybe you've lost weight and you're plateaued. But the other thing that's way worse medically is when you lose lean muscle, you slow down your own immune system. So, Ben, imagine the diets anybody's on are making themselves unhealthy. See, and that really pisses people off when I tell them stuff like that. But Ben, you understand, I'm a scientist. I only go on medical proof. I don't give on opinions, hunches, claims, nothing like that. Does that make sense, Ben? Do you get it? Because it's really important that everybody, you're going to get an education, Ben, when you do this. As a matter of fact, what happens is each day, I'll show you right here. You're going to get, if you do it, you and your wife will get, this is what they gave the patients in these studies, like her. This is what she followed. So each day there was a video from the researchers saying, hey, this is why you're doing this is why it's safe, this is what's going medically on your body. They're training you, teaching you, because you end up doing exactly, assuming what they consumed in the medical study, you're doing exactly what they did to detox your body. So here's how it works. Let's back up for just a second. Ben and everybody else in Morningstar, I want you all to understand how important this is. So last night, when we all went to sleep, as long as we didn't eat too late, the body all but stopped digestion. Now, I'll tell you why that's so important in a second. When that happens, though, your brain turns on a natural detox mechanism built into all of us called autophagy when your body gets rid of the dead cells. Now, notice I said don't eat too late, because digestion would prevent you from detoxing or detoxing very effectively. Because to digest food takes tremendous amounts of energy. If you don't believe me, fill yourself on Thanksgiving and then sit in a chair by the fire and you'll be asleep. Because it's a tremendous amount. So the key is you suspend digestion and the body can detox. So the researchers, they learned how to do theoretically to detox when people were awake. How did they learn it? From the people in these blue zones. In blue zones, that's where people live to be 100 years old, no one's overweight, no one gets sick. And they based it on 3 things that became this that you all would do in the blue zones. What did they do? They ate much smaller amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition, and then they detox every 2 to 3 months. That's what this is based on. So now let's talk about what you actually would do. First, the researchers picked the foods for all of you, Morningstar and Ben, based not on calorie amounts, serving sizes, based on what? How much nutrition they had, not how much food was on your plate. You got it? So what they did, they picked out proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. No calorie counting, Morningstar, none, 0. Only serving sizes, okay? And those were based on amount of nutrition. So if you took whatever you spent last month, Ben, you and your wife, or Morningstar, or any of you, about 30% of those dollars, that's all you're going to have to spend at the grocery store because you're getting real small portions. Don't panic. You're not going to be hungry. See, you're still thinking about, I'm sure you are. I know it's psychological. Oh my God, I'm going to be starving. No, you're not. Okay. And of course, Morningstar, we can always adjust, etc. That's why you have a coach. But in most, I can tell you, even working with people who weigh my guy weighed almost 600 pounds. He wasn't hungry. So that's 30% of the food you're going to eat and buy. The other 70% of the dollars you have left, you're buying these exotic foods, not from us or from these researchers, from other researchers who've gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition and really small amounts of food. You got it, everybody? This was critical. Why? Because when you realize about how they proved this was a detox. So 5 days a week, all of you, including you, Ben, or Shirley, or any of you, you'd eat 4 times a day. You'd start with these exotic foods from around the world that the researchers called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. Now, why are they saying that? Because unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, these food groups I'm talking about represent 400 different nutrients. 400, not 40, 400. Again, back to the concept, it's not how much food you're ingesting, it's how much nutrition you can put in your body. Does this make sense of it? And these are not capsules, these are food. You're eating food, right? So 5 days a week, start with the world's most perfect meal, lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, and a 4th meal after dinner, the world's most perfect meal again. And you got to have 4 times a day. As a matter of fact, they proved that they got a registered trademark U.S. patent office of this new way of eating called protein pacing. You can Google it. It's real. So again, to the censors, the only thing we're sharing with the audience is what's, peer-reviewed human trial studies, and then they have the medical proof to back up what I'm saying. Published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. This is going to change the world. Now let's keep going. So 5 days a week, 4 meals a day, 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store at all. What? Stop. You're only going to consume these exotic food, the world's most perfect meal. This time she ate 8 times a day, Ben, and Morningstar. She was eating every hour and a half to 2 hours. The diabetics in this, no one had insulin spikes. And again, people that weighed 500 pounds weren't hungry. If I can teach all of you anything, you've never, ever been hungry for a calorie. The only thing you've ever been hungry for is nutrition. That's what these researchers proved. Now, how do we know it's a detox? How come it's not just a bunch of marketing hype by me? Because I had nothing to do with it, but here's what they did, the researchers. Let me clarify for all of you. This is the most extensive medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss. And notice the weight loss is 3rd, because health, what's more important to you than your health? What is it? Tell me what it would be. A new car? No, I don't think so. So what they did to prove it was a detox, they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis on all these people. And what did they find? This was helping the body pull the poisons out of the fat cells, and that's why she shrank. If you look at her, look at Ben, everybody can see, look at her stomach on day 1, look at it on day 30. That's what the detox is doing. So think of a balloon. What you're doing as you're ingesting these poisons, the brain, to protect you, is stuffing them inside the fat cell, and the fat cell expands like a balloon. That's why it's not about body dysphoria sensors. It had nothing to do with that, or body image. It's medically proven. It's unhealthy. As you see that bloating, it's telling you you're storing chemicals in your fat cells. Does everybody get that? Good. Now let me keep going. Now, so the detox worked. Why? Because she was eating 8 times a day, really small amounts of food. So Ben and Morningstar, what was it doing? Suspending almost digestion, allowing her body to naturally detox. But it goes deeper than that. Number 1, Number two, sorry, hunger can down 60% in a month. The diabetics on this, the diabetics saw their need for insulin go down 50% in a month. And here's a huge one, inflammation, which plagues Ben, you, me, your wife, Morningstar, everybody else. It came down 25% in a month. And in case you didn't know, everybody, inflammation is the underlying cause of almost every disease out there, from diabetes to heart disease to cancer, according to the medical world. And we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or preventing any medical conditions. Don't hear me say that. All we're doing is sharing with you what's in the medical studies. What else changed? Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all plummeted in just 30 days. 30 days, not 30 weeks. Now I'm going to show you a diabetic, 65-year-old man. Look at this, Ben. 40 pounds in a month, but look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124 in 30 days. Unheard of. I had someone basically fighting with me. I said, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You can't lower A1C that much in a month. Really? It's possible to achieve significant A1C reductions in a short time frame, like 30 days, through aggressive lifestyle interventions. Where was he getting his data? Not from any... I'm a researcher, so I tell him, don't mess with me when it comes to research. I know what the hell I'm doing. We've helped 500,000 people appearing on PB. I mean, it's just silly. And I'm not bragging. It's just a fact. So again, the other key to all of this is maintenance. And Ben and Morningstar, here's the key. Once you get to your goal, you just have the world's most perfect meal for breakfast every morning. You have a lunch and dinner, and every 2 months do another detox, because the poisons aren't going on vacation. Whew, that was a lot for me to cover. But you understand, it's not some simple thing like we're going to give you a grocery list and off you go. Heck no. I hope you would want it to be really sophisticated and really advanced. And like I said, the highest medical research ever done in history. So Ben, what do you think about it? Or Morningstar, or Shirley, if you're still on, or any of you can certainly make, oh, Roxy, A650, I got to go, thank you. Or Desert Rose, or any of you. What do you think about what I just explained to all of you? You can go back and read the headline. She safely dropped 21 pounds and 38 inches in 30 days. No dieting, no starving, natural detox, just real food, and a revolutionary new way of eating. She ended up gaining 6 to 9% lean muscle mass, kept it off 9 years, and it's backed by 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Ben, that's the only reason to do it. Ben, it makes no sense to do it to lose the weight and gain it back like you have on every single diet. And can you imagine, Ben? When I did it with my wife. My wife, listen to this, Ben. My wife went from a size 12 to a size 6 in 14 days. You think she was excited? Most women on this, Ben, lose a whole dress size in a week. In a week. 1 week. They go, but that's not the reason to do it. You got the right point. It's about the lifestyle. It's about Ben, if you can maximize your health potential, why wouldn't you do it? I think I know what the answer is. Of course you would. Yes, Desert Road, it's the solution that we've all been waiting for. So Ben or Morningstar or any of you or Desert Roads, do me a favor if you will, and I'm really serious about this. Yes, I started the New Health Conversation. It was a dream to change the world. And it really was. Because I'm going to share with you my own personal, Ben, wait till you hear this. So 23 years ago, Ben, you can imagine I walk in my doctor's office, yearly physical results after I've done the blood work, and my doc comes in, throws my chart down and says, Peter, if you don't do something radically different today, you got about 18 months to live. My heart attack risk, Ben, out of 100 was 85. I was 40 pounds overweight. My cholesterol, everyone, was 400. My triglycerides were 300. Now remember, this is my personal story. I'm not saying it would happen to you. So my doctor was panicking. He said, my coronary risk was off the charts. So he said, you need to do diet, exercise, and Lipitor and come back in 8 weeks, which I did. I came back 8 weeks later, lost 8 pounds on a typical diet. But my cholesterol only came down 15 points, and he couldn't give me any more medication. And that same day, I ran into a friend of mine who played professional football for the Oakland Raiders and turned me on to the concept of detoxification. I didn't know a damn thing about it. I told him, hell, I'll eat road tar if it won't kill me. So listen to this, Ben. This is exactly what happened. On the 4th morning, I was down to 8 pounds. At the first week, I was down 12 pounds. I lost 30 pounds in a month and 40 pounds in 7 weeks and went back. The 8th week was a follow-up with my doctor. This time he comes in, throws my chart down and says, Peter, you're trying to kill yourself? I said, what are you talking about? He says, how much Lipitor are you taking? Now, again, I'm not advising any of you to do this. I'm telling you what I did. I said, I haven't touched that stuff in 2 months. He said, well, the lab made a big mistake. We need to retest you. I said, why? He said, why? Ben, my cholesterol went from 400 to 120. My triglycerides from 300 to 30. And I just had a physical like 2 months ago, and all my numbers are still normal 23 years later. The reason to do this, everybody, is not to lose weight. The detox can completely change the metabolic function inside your own body to make every one of your organs work better, work more functionally, etc. Does that make perfect sense to you, Ben? Does that make sense? Now, the other thing that I'd like you all to share with me, whether it's Shirley or Ben or Morningstar, I really, really want to make the biggest impact. We've helped 500,000 people, but we'd like to help millions. So one of the questions I always like to ask people when they've spent this much time with me, with you looking at that, let's call it the headline or the poster, right? What was it that got you, Ben or Shirley or Morningstar, to stop and listen to this podcast? Because I'm trying to figure out what are the best words. So was it 21 pounds? I mean, what was it? What was it? The picture? Was it what in particular? What phrase or word did? Because we're trying to craft the message to get more people that will stop, because this is changing people's lives. Ben, this is not about you fitting in your skinny jeans. This is about your future, about how it's going to look. Morningstar, the same for you. Detox. Okay, great, Ben. Terrific. Thank you. Thank you. How about you, Morningstar, if you're still here? Oh, Morningstar, I just see you were talking about my mom. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But Morningstar, what was it for you that got you to stop? There's so many things on social media, and it's, again. So Ben, are you a little bit excited for you and your wife? And again, if you can do it together, it would be it's just awesome. Because then you're on the same schedules, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have 5 days a week, you're having 4 meals a day, and 2 days a week, you're going to have 8, only until you lose your weight, by the way. That's it. So Morningstar, if you're still here, or Desert Rose, what was it about anything I put up or on that got you to stop to watch this? Yeah, Ben. So again, Ben, let me put that for all of you, not just for you, Ben. I know the only reason I keep repeating it is that then I have people that say, oh my gosh, I lost the website. New Health. And don't do any of you at the New Health Conversation. That'll take you to my TikTok. Not that there's 1,200 videos there, but this is where the medical proof is and where you get the free coaching. So that's why it's really important. So you can see it there, the New Health Conversation. Ben L. gained 69 lean muscle. Yeah, that's true, Ben. She really did. Good, Desert. Yeah, but what about but before that, you had to see this poster. What was it about the poster that Desert Rose it caught your attention? Ben, I'm impressed that you actually read the whole thing, because the challenge is also we have so much space to work with, and how do we cram? There's so many side benefits to this. Does that make sense, Ben? So again, and I'm glad, Desert Rose, you think I'm sincere, because I am. And the research, it's just, let's make it available to the world. That's why the website is totally free. And if you go there, we won't even contact you. We don't need to do that. Ah, Desert Rose, weight and inches lost in a month. Great, great. And maybe my other friend is gone, but that's okay. So for any of the new people, oh, wow, I didn't even look. We're at 11,000 likes now. Somebody's been busy tapping on the screen to give me love. I love it, because what come up are hearts. It's like, oh, you really love the information that you're learning. So any of you that are still here that would like to, if you'll tap, 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 tap on that screen, we'll get more likes going, okay? Because I was going to stop now about an hour ago, but you so inspired me, Ben and Rose. I can't help myself. Once I get going, I don't give a damn. It's really the only reason that I would stop is my voice. And I've now been 2 hours and 5 minutes. The longest one I ever did was, I think, 5 hours. So who knows? I've got another, so far my voice is okay, so I can keep going to anybody that wants to ask me a question. Desert, thank you for being here. And Desert, I assume you went to the website and signed up for a free consultation. So I want all of you to know, the new people that are coming on here, the website we're talking about is up there, the little red heart at the top, the New Health Conversation. That's where they're all going. It's only the medical proof there. There's nothing to buy. We won't contact you if you go there. But if you go there, you can scroll down, you get a free consultation and free coaching. How much is the consultation? $0. How much is the coaching? $0. And they'll coach you the whole time. There's no gimmicks, tricks, other shoe, no, nothing like that. It's all based on medical proof and medical research. So, Who else would like to ask me a question or make a comment or whatever? And what I like to do, which I've done for a lot of people already on this podcast, if you want, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly and safely you can lose it on this, because it's mind-boggling how fast you can lose it. So who would like to ask me a question? Or have me answer for you. If you tell me again, male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, then I'll tell you how rapidly and safely you can lose the weight. Because this is not about a pound a week. It has nothing to do with that. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, I have to run, I will go to the website, I have to go practice, I preach. Beautiful, Ben. I'm glad that I inspired you, and I promise you won't be sorry when you go to that website. Okay, have a great rest of your day, and I hope you and your wife will join us in the New Health Conversation, okay? Have a great day. So, of the new people that are on here, we've had a whole bunch, and we've got 11,000 likes. Can we get some more taps on the screen? Everybody tap, 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 tap. Let's blow through 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,000. Yeah, good night, Ben. Who else would like to ask me a question? Or, like I said, if you want to tell me, man or woman, how tall you are and what your current weight is, I'll tell you how fast you can lose the weight. Ron joined. Hi, Ron. Oh, bye, Ron. Byron, that should be a name. Byron. Well, that'd be Byron, wouldn't it? Instead of Byron. Huh, that's silly on my part. Again, who else would like to ask a question? What are some of the foods we will be eating? Desert Rose, as far as the food from the grocery store, proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. The other foods from these exotic locations, some you're going to drink as a soup or as a tea, and they all taste really, really good. But again, you have to understand that the way that these people in these blue zones are eating, that's why 70% of what you're going to eat is coming from these well, not all from the blue zones, but a lot of it does. And again, the coaches will go over all that with you, but it all tastes really good. That's the thing that's so surprising. So it's not something you're holding your nose to drink or eat or chew or whatever. You don't have to do that. It all tastes really good. Some of the stuff you chew, that's for sure. But as far as, you got to understand that this is rose. This is huge amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food. And so a lot of it is liquid. But again, I don't think when a mom's nursing her baby, breastfeeding, we say, oh, the baby's starving to death. It needs a knife and fork. No, it doesn't. It needs liquid nutrition. So some of it's liquid. Does it make sense, Desert Rose? So again, who else would like to, if you want to either ask me, how did she do this? Or if you tell me, a male or female, how tall you are and how much you weigh, I'll tell you how quickly you can do it. Desert Rose, I'm excited for you. This could really be something for you as well, and everybody. So who else would like to? Oh, there goes some hearts. Great, everybody. Thank you. Keep those hearts coming. Let's get those likes way, way, way up there. So again, everybody, who else would like to ask me a question? A lot of hearts going. That's fantastic. Fantastic. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Anybody? Or make a comment, or I don't know what else. Should I sing a song? No, I can't sing. That would be, you wouldn't like that at all. Yes. Oh God, yes, for lymphatic drainage. Yes, it'll work for lymphatic drainage. Absolutely, Desert Rose. You all need to understand, we have people with no thyroids doing this, losing weight like crazy. We have people with hypothyroidism, goiter, Hashimoto's, you name it. We have people with no gallbladders. But it's not, we're not treating, diagnosing. Basically, it's what Hippocrates said. Let food be your medicine. That's what this is all about. So let me see if I can figure this out here. Let's see. Let me go here. When was, I'm looking up Hippocrates. I'm just oh, here it is. When was Hippocrates alive? 460 BC. Wow, that's a long time ago. So that's almost 2,500 years ago. Woo! That's a while ago. Okay, now I know for sure. So anyway, Hippocrates, 100 years ago, said, let medicine be your food. That's what we're talking about here. Yes, I know. I definitely know. I know a bunch of people that have had a neuropathy also. I mean, lots of things change. But again, if you concentrate on food as your medicine, it'll make sense to you. But again, if you have that condition, Condi, it'd be important if you fill out the form, put it in there, and we'll get you someone that has worked, either they had it themselves or work with people with lipedema. Absolutely. Lipidemia, to be credit, to say it correctly. So Condi, I want to ask you, you've been on here a long time. Are you enjoying this? Have you learned a lot? Do you feel really comfortable that this is the real deal? It's not something I'm making up. Nothing. You can't be on here for hopefully almost 2.5 hours and not have something that's of value for people, a nugget you can walk away with. But I hope you understand it's not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting, counting calories, nothing to do with body image, nothing to do with anything. It's just a straight up detox that your body is capable of doing, and lots of things improve as a result. So any of you, yeah, they're saying encourage more viewers to share, meaning share this podcast. You know how to share it. Go tell other people about it. I'm going to probably go. Let's see, what time is it here? It's 2:40. Is that right? Yeah. So almost 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'll see. I'll maybe go for maybe another 15 or 20 minutes. So who else would like to ask me a question? Anybody? Wow. So who else would like to ask me a question? And hopefully we have lots more people that are going to go to the website. Hello, everybody. Again, you all can go to this website for absolutely free. Here it is, the new health conversation. And it's just a free, did I spell it right? No, I spelled it wrong, sorry. You want to go to the new health conversation. Okay. There it is. Oh my gosh, Desert Rose, amazing. Here's insulin resistance. Look at Curtis. He dropped his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. His triglycerides went from 242 to 124. That's dramatic. That is absolutely dramatic. So Desert Rose, have you gone to the website yet? Have you got to sign up for a consultation? Yes or no? Or any of the rest of you? So I just put it down at the bottom, the new health conversation. And that is the free website to go to see all the medical proof. And if you like what you see, scroll down and you get a free consultation and you get a free coach. So how's that sound, everybody? By the end of this evening. Okay, great. All right, would anybody else like to ask me a question? Because I am going to take a little break here, and then I'll probably do one more today, maybe starting at about 5, a little bit after 5 Eastern Standard Time. I just need to rest my voice. So I want to thank all of you for being here. We got to 11,000 likes. We had almost 600 people that came and went. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I hope that this is impactful, and I hope you will go to the website. Thanks, everybody.